Welcome back to the Catacomb, everybody. I'm Loomis, and I'm now at the controls.
I'm Narellen.
I'm Liz. Managed to not ruin the mood this time, I think. For once.
It's like the lightning's died down. It's actually quite bright out.
Actually, yeah, it looks
That's
like
nice.
maybe the sun's come up.
I like that thus far we've been outside all the time.
Yeah.
It's quite different. The Garden of Forgotten Souls.
It's almost like we're not in a catacomb.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them are darker than others. I wonder if that pretends anything.
At least we're not in the Garden of Tears anymore.
I mean, this is probably the same garden like 100 years later.
Oh,
right?
true. They just call it something different now.
Rabbits!
Oh,
Oh
God!
no!
Okay.
Annabelle, Annabelle. Lift this up on the old radar.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, look at them. They revert when they die.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Wow.
What a good...
That's pleasing.
Oh, it continues to ring.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh. They're like... I don't know, there's something very pleasing audibly about hearing a noise that just continues to ring.
Yeah.
It's like when an orchestra finishes a piece and no one claps for a bit because you just hear them until the last note peter out. I love it.
It's like our bells for that. A tolling bell and the way
Oh,
it
yeah.
reverberates after it's got something coming up.
Yeah.
Zombies are yeah, we're very short.
Yeah, I think again we're just a very short wizard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, they're not like a classically like huge.
Although it seems that we're wearing glasses now because things look a little bit better from far away. I mean, maybe contact lenses because he's not wearing glasses clearly.
Yeah. Oh, this is a different wizard. He probably just doesn't have that problem.
Well, possibly actually, yeah. True. I guess I just choose to believe that the wizards are short-sighted because then I can relate to them more. There's not as many like characters in fiction are short-sighted. Like the obvious one is Harry Potter. Well, actually, it's not even completely obvious that it's short-sightedness that's a problem. He could have astigmatism. We just know he wears glasses
Yeah.
and needs them to see distances. But yeah, it could be astigmatism. Who knows?
I don't think he can even see things up close. So.
Yeah, probably astigmatism.
I don't think he
in
can.
that case,
Yeah, I don't think he can read without his glasses.
Okay. I remember it being a thing, like, once. It doesn't actually come up very often. It was a thing when he was playing Quidditch in the rain, but that was more just because when your glasses are wet you can't see anything, can confirm. And it was a thing when he thought he saw a big dog outside and was like, I don't know what that was, let me put my glasses on real quick, and then by the time he put them on it was gone. So I don't remember it coming up with him reading, but I mean, I could very well be wrong or just didn't remember. But either way.
Guano-laden pathways. Bats have been here.
There's some reason to go down there.
I don't know. I was wondering if it was a decoy, but okay. What key do we need? Yellow.
It's not obvious which walls are breakable in this area, is it?
No.
I wonder if they look like crumbled or something. Maybe to your right.
There we go.
Thought
Yeah,
it
it's
looked a bit
not
like
obvious at all. Well, I don't think it is.
something. Oh, it's just clear as day. There you go. That's another one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's slightly less vines. Fewer vines, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really putting that English literature degree to good use, aren't I?
There you
Oh.
go. Yeah. See, no problem. I'm just hoping nobody calls me on this. I clearly don't know, and I'm just like claiming after the fact to have known all along.
Just as I always suspected.
Come on, show yourself. You know you're there.
Oh, look at those little rabbits. No, I didn't get anything. Oh no. Time to go. When I first played Crypt Killer, a very old arcade game at the arcade, there's a scene wherein you come across a woman seated in a room, and one of my friends, because it was 3-player at the arcade, immediately went to open fire, and I'm like, no, maybe we're here to rescue her. And then she transforms into a hideous fiend, and I'm like, oh no!
No, no.
I think the exact word is, don't shoot the woman! Shoot the woman!
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's quite a giant woman, which is perhaps an indication.
Yeah, but she's like, I didn't know if we were small.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was going to turn into like a snake lady or whatever it is.
Reminds me of in Left 4 Dead. Basically, if there is a game where I have to quickly shoot things and there's friendly fire, I will friendly fire my allies a lot because I'm jumpy and like just not that good at telling which are my guys, and like the characters like shout things when you shoot them. So like, you know, there's one guy, like if you shoot him, he's like, "Do I look like one of them?" And at one point, I basically just shouted back, "When I'm not paying attention, when it's high stress and I can't quite see you, yes, you do actually."
Do I look like I look before shooting?
Yeah.
Zombies.
Like Zombieland did a whole thing about how like you can't really think twice before shooting in a zombie apocalypse. So excuse me for being a little bit jumpy.
Oh, look at this! It's the cast of the video thriller.
Yeah.
Always nice to meet a celebrity.
See, I was thinking of that. Just walking around.
I don't know what that music is from originally, but I know it's used in the original Dawn of the Dead.
It is, yeah, and end credits.
They use it in the mall as well. That's the music from the mall.
With a chorus of zombie moans in the background. It's also used in the.
Oh, Jack Wizards! Possibly. Ooh. We don't know. We know they're wizards.
Well,
it's a relatively early appearance for the wizards.
Around you.
Consider a potion.
We need to conserve supplies. You wasted enough.
Fine, but we might die.
We've got faces now.
Wait, we're killing people with faces?
Oh no.
Or like a mask beneath the hood, anyway.
What have we done?
Maybe we were the jerk wizards.
Look. We got eyes and everything. Like a dark face with purple eyes. Maybe it's a mask. Antechamber to the Lost City. Oh. What are we doing here? Indiana Jones stuff.
Looks like that's where we're supposed to be going, I guess. I kind of assumed that the
shed
was going to be the destination, but...
Garden keeper's ground. Something groundskeeper's garden.
Ah.
These are relatively easy to stun block, at least.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's so sad when they die.
It's the old thing, like, if you were like a werewolf situation, how would you explain the human body?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If they revert.
Presumably they do. I don't know. Werewolf lore is like really inconsistent because it depends on the culture as to how the rules actually work. But I would imagine, at least at some point, they would revert back.
Yeah.
Either right after death or like when it's no longer a full moon.
I suppose it depends, like, do they have whatever causes them to transform, does that go away when they die? Like, do you still have bodily energy to
maybe
transform back? So there's got to be something causing you to transform, right?
Yeah.
Or lycanthropy or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, lycanthropy is a real disease. I should say lycanthropy.
Really?
Lycanthropy is when you think you're a wolf.
Oh.
Or think you're a werewolf or something.
Okay.
It's, I mean, it probably comes under another mental condition now, but like schizophrenic delusions or something. But yeah, that used to be seen as a separate condition.
I know the TV series. Ooh.
Whoop.
Hi, Nemesis.
Nemesis is the guard keeper's home, and he has this banner on. So is he a servant of Nemesis,
or just a big fan?
Yeah. Nemesis is a huge fan.
Nemesis is his husbando.
I like we've gone from having the same painting of Nemesis everywhere to having the Nemesis re-election poster.
Yeah. God.
Like Nemesis 2020.
Yeah.
What would his slogan be?
Sorry, yeah, what I was saying about the werewolf thing, I just remembered that the TV series Being Human had like a really interesting thing about the werewolf transformation itself, where they basically say that like a wolf's organs are smaller than a human's, so during transformation their organs shrink, and in order to do so they basically go into multiple organ failure. And that explains why the transformations are so painful, because you basically have a heart attack and then all your organs fail as they shrink and then you transform.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
yeah, it's one of those things where like the writers apparently did their homework on that one.
Yeah.
It's one of those series that's like good in places and not very good in others.
Yeah, it's so uneven, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, I heard that the first season isn't very good and then it gets better after, but I actually feel the opposite. Like, I really liked the first season, and then after it started getting a bit weird. Like, I just didn't enjoy it as much. The unavoidable thing with the first season is that there's just not a very good budget, which is just a thing that a lot of English TV has, so I guess I was just sort of used to that.
Yeah.
Like, English TV just doesn't get much of a good budget unless it's, like, a huge deal like Sherlock or something.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just used to English series not being very, high budget. So I guess that didn't bother me as much.
Yeah. I watched. So eventually I kind of got fed up and stopped watching it. Then I think I watched the last episode.
Oh right. I watched seasons 1 and 2, and I've just had no real desire to watch the third one, because the second one I didn't really enjoy that much. I liked some of it, but not all of it.
I think I watched like the first 4 series maybe.
Alright. I actually didn't even know there was a 4th, so that's how on the ball I am on that one.
Is it? I can't remember how many there were. It's been a long time. I feel like I watched 3 or 4. But...
Okay.
Because there were quite a few, and then they like changed a lot of the cast.
Okay.
Like over time, like different characters dropped out, and
Sure, yeah.
which then it just feels a bit artificial. It's like you've got your setup of a ghost, a vampire, and a werewolf, and then someone, for example, I'm not going to say which one ends up where or whatever, but say for example that the vampire left or whatever, then you happen to find another vampire who exactly fits.
It feels very artificial. Like I would almost prefer it if they kept the same character and was just like it's a different actor or something, Because some TV series do just do that. I think Charmed is an example. I've not seen Charmed, but I've heard that like one of the actors left, so they just recast her character.
There is a new character who comes in it, I think.
Oh, okay.
But that's probably like both. I think it's both.
God, do you remember when I first fired that shot and really liked the noise? I bloody hate it now.
Yeah.
How quickly you can get sick of something.
You could say, how quickly the time goes.
It's not as bad as
there we go. I was thinking that really looks breakable. But...
It's not as bad as the shooting noise in the first game, that I will say. But
oh, look at the little rabbit.
Dun dun.
Yeah.
I like the transformation. So they're like weird rabbits.
I guess.
I mean, there's no man involved.
No, but you just reminded me of the Wallace and Gromit thing. Now I'm very happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
That actually was a were-rabbit, though.
Yeah.
These are just like
monstrous rabbits.
Yeah, like rabbit monsters.
They're like
or rabbit demons, or demon rabbits, or whatever.
They're like the chicken monsters from Rampage Night. Except I believe personally that they were once men. Oh, women, I guess, the chickens. Who were transformed. They shot the wall, didn't they? Picked them.
Just in case.
So we've now got 2 yellow keys.
Yeah, interesting.
Didn't they do
Also-
like a...
Also, sorry, I didn't interject earlier, but Nemesis' slogan, you can put me down, but you can't keep me down.
Nice. Yeah, so didn't they do like an American version of Being Human or something like that?
Possibly. If they did, I don't know about it. Oh.
Oh.
It seems like something that would happen, but
I
don't know.
Left and right.
They usually make American series of much more popular English series than something like that. So I don't know. Maybe who knows?
Damn it.
I got stuck on one of them.
They're swarming in, aren't they?
This
is the real Dark Souls here.
It's like a apparently they made a US version of Faulty Towers, which I can't imagine worked very well.
I think they wanted to, but it was rejected by the people who held the rights.
Yeah, makes sense, because I can't
Yeah.
imagine it would work.
Yeah.
I think I remember him talking about it, how they told him they wanted to make an American version of Faulty Towers. They'd keep everything the same, except they wanted to get rid of one character, Basil Fawlty.
Oh, then what's the point in the rest of it?
Yeah.
God.
They wanted to make a lovely series,
Watch out.
a lovely comedy series about a hotel where everybody's nice and friendly and gets along.
Okay.
That's not Faulty Towers there, Church.
Yeah.
Just make your own series. It doesn't have to be. It can be anything. It doesn't. Just don't call it Faulty Towers. I guess.
So they're like tapestries instead of like carvings this time.
Yeah.
That Skeleton Warrior's wearing a headband.
Oh yeah.
He's,
Yeah. Off to the lost city, I guess.
of Atlantis, El Dorado. That one that Marco Polo mentioned in what is like what we would now call Japan. That's made entirely the world that everything's covered in gold. Which inspired Legends of El Dorado. True story.
So I've got like drama hiccups or something.
Oh, that wall is breakable.
Yeah.
That wall is breakable.
Mm.
That looks like a locked door.
Red key.
Oh, so prepared.
Oh! It's a what do you call it? A Gorgon. It's a Gorgonzola.
See, I wasn't sure if that was going to just be a statue or if it was actually something that kills you.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to transform.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the last city of the damned. Oh, okay. It's not Atlantis or El Dorado.
Atlantis isn't lost. We know exactly where it is.
You know that Legend of Atlantis isn't possibly. Oh, look! Skeleton Warrior in a headband! Yeah, dude!
Yeah. Athletic way of going.
What if we come across Mr. Motivator? Because that's probably a foe beyond our means.
Yeah.
Down she goes.
Think about it, you missed the chance to yell, don't shoot the woman.
Yeah, I mean, that came to mind, but then I was like,
Probably do shoot her in this case.
Yeah.
It's covered in snakes.
yeah, Lady Meow's not gonna like
This game's getting to all of the main cast phobias.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Now all we need is for a gas giant to show up.
I was in the next game set in the future.
Maybe.
What if it's set in a gas giant?
Ooh.
To be fair, I've got so many phobias that like it was. These games were bound to tap into at least like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like when you're scared of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these skeletons have like iron swords and wooden shields instead of the old bronze ones. And they've got long hair and headbands. It's a bit different to the old skeletons.
Yeah.
So are these like ones that, you know, have been more lactally recruited, hence the iron swords rather than the bronze ones?
Seems quite plausible. I mean, a skeleton warrior is going to typically be from a while ago, so I guess a while ago's technology has advanced.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if we're in like a faux medieval setting or whatever it was before, then
Yeah.
ancient would be bronze, right?
Yeah.
But if we're in a more modern setting, which supposedly we are, but I've seen no evidence of it, then yeah, iron would still be a
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, supposedly a modern setting, but I've yet to see anybody with a gun.
Yeah, or anything that looks modern, apart from this guy's headband, I guess. But he's clearly meant to be from ages ago. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
But if it's in the modern day, then it might make sense why the zombies seem to have like not mullets, but like kind of like mop hair.
Yeah.
Actually, even the skeletons kind of have mop hair. Now that I really look at
Yeah,
them.
that's true. That's why they got the headband, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure, or if they're like more like warriors' locks or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's
they
hard to
point
tell.
the- Yeah.
Mm.
It's nice.
Oh, Oh, it didn't resonate as much, I think, because you fired at the same time. You ruined it.
Ruined it. The game's over. The series is cancelled.
Getting all the gems really quickly in this one.
Yeah.
So I'm only missing one Infinity Stone, right?
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if this is just like really short. I
Or
don't
maybe
know.
they're just trying to catch us up to where we were at the end of the last one, so they can move on to new stuff.
Yeah. Like, what if we've got the crystal ball to see where enemies are, but it gives out some kind of magical resonance that enemies can detect.
Ooh.
In other words, sonar.
Yeah.
You think you'd have to do a localization of this, which is called the Lost City of the Damned.
Did I already go this way?
I think so.
Have I been both ways?
I suppose it's called Serpentine Way, so it makes sense to get lost there.
Also Gorgons.
Also, I feel like Snake Way. I had to. I had to just mention it. I've not got a joke or anything, but...
That's the person so directly behind you, I guess.
Yeah, I got spun round, I guess.
What was the point?
There's another door beyond it. Yeah. Freedom.
Hey.
I didn't expect rabbits to be the enemy in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's such an odd enemy.
Like, I know, like, on the menu the viewers never see.
Oh yeah.
There is like a rabbit monster. Don't shoot the woman. No. But oh, she's only wearing snakes. Oh wow.
Shoot the woman!
Here's the woman. Shoot the woman. I was distracted by the fact that she's only wearing snakes. I mean, maybe it's a fashion choice. Are they live snakes? Because if they're not, that's really cruel. Like, and I'm not okay with that.
I would imagine that they're live. She like controls them or something. Because she appears to be part snake herself. So
Yeah.
She's just like swept her hair over her to cover herself up.
Oh yeah, because they're hairy snakes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, the classic like
Yeah, it's a fairly classic.
PG-rated like Eve thing where like her hair covers.
Yeah. There's that brilliant bit in Family Guy where they invite a family around for like dinner or whatever, and they don't know they're actually nudists.
Oh yeah.
And when they come round, Peter freaks out when he sees the naked woman. Like, Lois, she's got hair coming from her boobs all the way up to her head.
Oh yeah.
So, like, you know, are these like aerobics skeletons? You know, skeletons of aerobics masters, maybe? Or like,
Seems quite likely.
or are they like rockers from like the 60s and 70s?
Being a skeleton is no excuse for not staying in shape.
Exactly. That's why I'm worried we're going to come with a thwart Mr. Motivated. Which is probably a very specific reference that a lot of people aren't getting. Which makes me feel, oh, should I explain it in case people don't get it? What if it's an international viewer?
Yeah. What if explaining it makes you just sound older?
That's what I'm worried. That's why I'm not explaining it straight away. I'm often explaining stuff that doesn't need explaining.
That's a very conspicuously different wall
It is.
that you frustratingly can't do anything. Oh, go back.
Yeah.
Promenade of the Damned. It's like in the 90s. I think it was a GMTV, was that what it was called? The British morning television programme. You know, one of these breakfast magazine show type things. There were Ancient Storm channels. Interesting. There was a segment every morning of aerobics with a man called Mr. Motivator. Who I assume is some kind of superhero because he's called Mr. Motivator and he had a brightly coloured spandex outfit. So.
Wow. Those are the requirements.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Brutal.
A Night at the Promenade of the Damned is probably my favourite Night of the Living Dead film.
Yeah, that's a good one. Here's the weird thing: we've got gorgons, but they're using swords instead of like trying to turn us to stone or something.
Yeah. Well,
I
what-
guess it's too difficult a mechanic to turn it into stone, isn't it?
I mean, we are a wizard. We've probably got a countermeasure to that.
Yeah, that's probably like they realised straight away because they practiced at it that we're not turned into stone.
Yeah.
So they're going with the bronze sword. That makes sense.
Are these guys using wooden shields?
Looks like it.
Looks like it, yeah.
Lightweight, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, they're obviously focusing on their cardio, so.
Yeah, they're not doing strength training, are they?
Yeah,
So
they're,
yeah, I presume they're wanting to stay lightweight and mobile.
they're nothing but bone.
They say there.
But ah.
The equipment's quite light. Some would say bare bones.
Oh. You know, one of them used to play the organ in church, etc., etc. And all the puns from the Horde that I heard, the Horde mode of Shiv that I can't bother to recite.
I was about to say, are we going to just descend into that now?
Oh, yeah.
I refrained from it. Like, feel free if you want to.
I
but-
wanted to go to the party, but I had nobody to go with.
There you go.
Normally there'd be more enemies on warrior mode, but they're working with a skeleton crew.
Hey. I tried to spare you this, viewer. Let it be known. That's the interest of the fun was I used to play the music in church, but now I don't have any organs. Alright, well join in. Like, if you can't beat them, join them, right?
Of course.
So, it's a fun mode if you ever get a chance to play Chivalry, Medieval Warfare, and Horde mode.
It's probably the only fun feature we found in that game.
I like it. I've put a lot of hours in that game. Because you're playing with friends, you know.
Yeah.
The unfortunate problem is this: a lot of people who know how to like play it in such a way as it's not fun for their opponents, like, which is a shame.
The 2 doors and only 1 key. The side door or into this little building here?
Try one, I guess, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Chamber of Dark Fear.
Oh no. The Garden of Tears to
Oh.
expose our fears.
Whoop.
We got more skeletons coming up. Oh, broken left and right. Oh, brutal. There we go.
Yeah.
And the last shot destroys the key.
Yeah.
Don't know about Dark Fears, I mean,
Just those skeletons.
yeah. The skeleton warriors are kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
God,
right.
there's just a line of them.
It's like the XKCD comic where it says he'd never eat a squid because, like, he could probably fight a skeleton, but who knows what kind of spooky warrior a squid leaves behind.
By that logic, would you not eat a shark either?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They look like cartilaginous skeleton.
Yeah.
Non-ossified skeleton.
But then again, like a lot of fish could like get a sort of post-mortem last laugh because it's possible to choke on one of their bones.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's like weird little bones.
That's this. Wait, that doesn't need a key? Have we missed a door?
Maybe we'll use the key.
No, they used the key first, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, not yet.
Also, the Temple of Vipers.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Lady May, I won't be watching the next episode.
Yeah. Hell, I might not be. Can I opt out? I mean, I normally like snakes, but I don't like snakes when they're attacking us.
That's it.
I mean, I feel like if opting out was an option, you'd have already left.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I'm stuck here, but to be fair, actually, if I was gonna properly nope out at any point, it would have been with the giant eyes.
Oh yeah.
That was just too much.
Yeah.
I didn't realise like how much eyes really did, because I kind of knew that they did freak me out a bit, but I didn't realise how much until then.
You did scream.
I did. That was a full-on proper, like, I think I'd yelped and shouted, but I think that was the first time I proper screamed in this series. That was bad. I would like to apologise for everybody's ears, and also I would like to thank you for returning after I deafened you.
Rip headphone users.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So are they fountains or urns or statues?
Kind of look like fountains to me. But... I mean, it's a lot of water features, so I mean, I'm not surprised that they've had to turn them off.
Yeah, it's too many, really.
Especially at this time of year.
You conserve your water. Yeah. It's a precious resource, And they've had to drain that reservoir, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool picture. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I can't find another door.
No.
Do we carry keys over to the next level? I don't think that's normally a mechanic in this game, but I can't.
No.
There doesn't seem to be another. Oh, unless the red key is the key we need to go through that door, because that happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like normally it takes the key off of us before it asks
really?
us if we want to go through, and it didn't do that this time.
I'm probably wrong then.
Elevated passage. It seems the same level as everything else.
Like maybe it was just widely praised and thought to be better.
No, yeah. Elevated in people's estimations.
Yeah. Maybe people just talked about it so much that it's like self-esteem is just really good right now. I have noticed the sky is brighter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gone paler, hasn't it? Like,
So I think the sun has been rising as we've been walking through.
So we probably entered into the dark forest in the night, right? We've emerged.
I think actually that might be similar to the previous games, because although we were indoors for most of it, it was daytime by the time we went back out. So presumably we go in at night and then the sun slowly rises as we're in there.
I feel like I won't go to one of these places at night.
No. Or even really early morning. I think early morning would be a worse time to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go like mid-morning, would you? To have your adventure.
Well, it depends how long you're expecting to be there. I mean, you might have to make the most of the light.
True. In which case you want to get there like at dawn, don't you?
Yeah.
It's, I guess we passed through.
I guess.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, I mean, somebody said that straight away, but I won't go on about it.
Ooh.
Looks like we've finally reached the actual catacomb.
Ooh.
We can no longer tell what time it is.
Yeah. There's also stuff everywhere, so there's that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Guess we'll see you guys next time as we venture forth into the Temple of Vipers.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.